Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a campaign. Oh, maybe. No? There we go. Oh. All right, I'm Big Dumb. Hello, everybody. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a D&D campaign set in a homebrew world of North Imea. We are here with our amazing people from yes, thank you, Clinton. Our amazing people from the Unearthed Arcanum, who I am having to unmute everywhere. So let me just make sure I'm doing that. Okay, cool. You guys should be all good. And it'll be a good test for this. Everybody look at the camera and say hi.
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 Hello.
Hi.
Nice. Oh, man, all over the place. Cool. Apologize for being so late. As you can see, we kind of are working on some new dig stuff. So you should be able to see some sort of nameplate there on the screen. So also, players, feel free to kind of take a look at how it's looking now.
Dude, it's so sweet.
Right? Very cool, huh? Good enough for today. But yeah, so we are running over an hour behind, so apologies. But very excited to kind of kick things off today. We've had so much time to be able to figure out stuff that's been going on, but I don't know if we actually figured out who was going to let us know where we left off. Any volunteers?
I'll take that.
I hear an I can, and I'm going to jump in.
So
go ahead, go for it.
Cool. So last week, we're going to have a nice, easy day. Alistair and Gwen were in, or actually everyone was pretty much in the rooms. Alistair was very antsy about the evening that was coming up, visiting Brucelli again, and decided that he needed to get out and go for a walk. Gwen decided to stay in the room and do possibly visit her patron, the librarian. Everyone else slowly made their way downstairs into the bar room. We did notice that Io, as he walks, the wet footsteps returned, leading us all to pretty much believe that Midas is no longer living. In the bar, we discussed a little bit more about Tall's speech. Alistair had a run-in with Daphne and gave her a button, as is his thing. She took that in a way that was a little bit not how he wanted. He tried to explain himself. It didn't go well. The rest of Unearthed Arcanum decided to rib him for a solid 20 to 30 minutes about it, leading to further awkwardness. Sabella also took this entirely the wrong way and also came over to, I guess, gauge Alistair's interest or maybe push it a little bit along. Also did not go well. There were more conversations about Tal's speech, specifically the phrase "magic is in the blood," which Nalani kept repeating over and over and over. We did decide that we were going to take a trip over to the temple there in Celeste, the multi-denominational temple. We met with Father Wallace, who is we'll say a priest of Ilmater. Had a very brief conversation with him on the way there. As he entered the temple, something in the rafters reached down and bit his head off, which led into a fun combat situation. We had two mage flowers also show up behind us that immediately downed Alistair. Let's see. Kara was having a fun fight with the crocodile creature that had beheaded Father Wallace, and decided in her infinite wisdom to reach out to Alistair via message, something he is firmly against, and directly spoke to the beast within Alistair and told him to keep Alistair alive, and then healed him. As Alistair popped up, the beast came out. The fight ensued. Near the end, as things were slowly coming together, a very strange-looking creature showed up. Decided to provide a little bit of aid, and we ended the session staring at a wombat. Alistair asked if she was Wilbur. She said no. That is my daughter.
Son. Actually, so I will say retcon, probably child.
Child. There we go.
Yes.
She is her offspring. She is the mother of. Say that.
Yes, absolutely. Great. Cool. I think he got it all. All right. So coming back from things, I'm gonna kind of jump. Also, we have a guest joining us today, Chelsea, playing our NPC friend. Well, really her NPC, but our NPC, the story's NPC, whatever. Daphne. And I actually liked. This is weird to kind of put the solo on the guests right now, but I think this actually kind of makes sense. So we're gonna actually start with Daphne. So Daphne, you are in the bar. Let me turn Barbot a little more down. You are in the bar. The bar itself is crazy. News of well, not news, I guess, but the gossip around town with this voice that has affected everybody here. Everyone in town heard it. Has stirred up a lot of commotion, allowing a convincing probably a lot of folks to be able to kind of just meander to the place where most gossip is happening. So that's where we currently are at. So as you were getting busy, kind of like handling drinks and going back and forth, so just kind of like a small recap just for Daphne's point of view. Alistair came down the stairs, was a little awkward for multiple reasons. Just, up front, Daphne, you had a whole day with the crew that is now not in your mind. It didn't happen to you. In this version, as they had gone back in time to earlier that day and reset everything. So when you met Alistair, you had met Alistair before when Alistair had come in originally, but that's as much as you've had. And I know that can be confusing, and trust me, it's just confusing on this end. But diving into your character, Alistair did come back down, started talking to you about essentially persuading you to take this button. It was weird. I think the way that I played your character, I kind of personified it as like kind of a weird sort of awkward, cute leave behind thing. As Daphne, I tried to be as ambiguous as possible on how you would take it, but you did take it.
Okay.
In the meantime, your mother came over at some point and said, "So this man at the table is talking about you," and motioned over to Alistair as you were. Again, I would take that as however you think Daphne would. But Alistair only ordered water, so you did order water to the table as a gesture of either a jab, depending on how you want to look at it. I kind of looked at it as like kind of a jab at Alistair, but as a token of good faith, as your mother had taken it over to the table. Your mother then proceeded to help them kind of locate Father Wallace, and you saw them leave you saw Father Wallace and Sabella leave, and then the group soon after kind of follow out. So that is where we are leaving off so far. I will say from that moment, it's probably been about maybe about 5 minutes or so. And I would like you to roll me. I would like you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw. What? Am I good at those? I am good at those. One of these warm-ups rolled a nat 20. Do I know which one it was? 23.
23. Wow. Okay. Cool. You're holding your own. You're able to kind of handle things pretty well on this side. You see that you do see that Mystelia, who is used to doing things at her pace, the water elemental, who in a lot of ways kind of like looks like essentially kind of like a water elemental of Io's character, like very like the dreads are all kind of these like watery sort of tentacles. There is a not porous, that's not the word I'm looking for. There's kind of like a very like slight opacity to Mystelia's character, but you've known Mystelia for a long time. She got you this job, especially after coming back. You were able to kind of pick up right where you left off. But you notice that she's getting pretty tired. You can definitely tell that she's used to a certain pace, and this is significantly faster than the original pace. So you see her kind of just motioning around, just kind of carrying. She's got like other, she's having like third and fourth arm kind of coming out, like balancing things out, but it's a struggle. You also see your mother come back into the bar. Alone. What do you do?
I probably grab a tray, hand it to my mom, and say, "Oh, good, you're here. You can help out a bit." As you can see, we're completely slammed.
Oh, yes, okay. I was just grabbing that tray for your friends, but okay. Yes. Who would like? What's on the tray?
Probably like just some super simple ale, beer.
Okay. I assume this is for a specific table, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm walking by as she walks in, and I'm like, "Oh, good. Okay, you're here. You can help. I'm going to go back this way."
Okay, so you're handing her the tray in mid traffic.
Great. There you go.
Cool. Yep. You got it. You immediately hear your mom just go, "Oh, okay. All right. Who would like this brown stuff?" And you see a bunch of hands just go up, and she hands it off to someone.
Great. Doing great.
Cool. Yeah. So that just continues to happen as there is a significant breakdown in communication. You're 100% sure it did not go to the person who had ordered it. As you're probably kind of like, there's a space of probably waiting on tables as well as being kind of a part of this thing. But I mean, at least something's happening, right? So it gives you a second to be able to kind of hone in a little bit more on Mystelia. Mystelia doesn't necessarily catch her eye, but she doesn't really have the time to. She's really kind of just going all, back and forth. I will say, give me a perception check.
What did I just roll that one? Am I good at those? Ooh. It rolled right off my desk. Great. Awesome. Okay. That's a 18.
18. Okay, cool. So with an 18, and I think I said 10 minutes. I'd say it's probably closer to 5 minutes. So in retrospect, they probably are still on their way over. So 18, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. With an 18, you notice that there's a significant we'll say the keg itself is very close to being tapped. of where what most of the orders are coming through. You notice that all of the liquor, everything is kind of set to a pretty low state right now, as you guys are being bought out of house and home at this point, because you're just not used to this traffic. You hear Callow kind of comes up to you, has a jar of dirt. Don't ask. And just comes up to you. Actually, I think Daphne would know. Callow has it. You at least know that Callow carries around this jar of dirt a lot in the past couple of weeks. It's up to you if you think you've asked Callow about it before.
Yeah, I probably have.
Okay, cool. Callow explains to you that it is his god, and then just walks away.
Great. No further questions.
So at this point, Callow comes up to you and goes, "Hey, so do you know where the other ones went? Io and like his friends."
No, not exactly. My mom took them somewhere. I think she took them to the temple.
Okay, cool. Awesome, because I just wanted to introduce him to Mr. Bruce. Okay. Can I get a beer?
Yeah, one, because we're running low, and you tend to drink us out of house and home. So I'm imposing limits starting now.
Limits at Mystelia. Isn't there something? Okay, I'll tell you what. If you want to hold Mr. Bruce, I can go in the back and get the other keg.
I take the jar of dirt.
Cool. Awesome. You take the jar of dirt. Sneaking a peek in it, just curious enough, and just you don't see anything but dirt.
Totally.
And like just dirt, sediment, a little bit of sand. Nothing is growing in there. There's nothing interesting at all about it. Just a jar of dirt.
Playing along. What would you like to drink, Mr. Bruce?
You hear a voice call out. No, just kidding. Cool. About 30 seconds goes by until you hear a loud crash in the kitchen, or the back room, we'll say.
I'm gonna stop sending him back to bed.
You see Mystelia kind of like look up, give you like an eye, like what was that?
I'll go look. Yeah, I'll just look at her and just. I'll be right back.
Okay, nice. So you head out to the back room. You see, I legitimately rolled a 3. So you see Callow is on the ground. Second time seeing Callow on the ground tonight, by the way, with a full keg on top of him, which is just like that barrel keg, right? So on top of him, and you see that he has somehow managed to knock over an entire shelf of liquor. At this point, Daphne, you're really close to being out of alcohol with this. So you see Cal on the ground just going, oh, that's it.
Right, okay. God, she's gonna kill me. I'll try to lift the keg off.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you lift the keg off of Callow.
What
I'd say
happened?
So my feet were probably still wet from whatever I slept on earlier, and just the keg kind of like, I saved the keg though. Keg's good. You see that there's a crack in the keg itself, as you see beer is trickling out, we'll say.
Get out.
Oh, okay. Where's Mr. Bruce?
I don't. I left him on the bar. Go.
You left him on the bar? Runs out of the room. Slips, like does the like cartoon sort of like slip past the doorway, like skidding and then changing direction. And you see that you're in a pickle here.
I'm gonna try to patch up the crack in the keg, see if that can at least stop something.
Okay. I will say this. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a medicine check. I don't know. A medicine or sleight of hand, I guess.
Certain I know which of these is better. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. So it's a 7.
A 7? Okay, yeah. Cool.
Mhm.
You are like trying to I'd say this keg itself is probably maybe like 3 feet tall, so it's like it's difficult to try to kind of find where it's spilling out from, and you're kind of like you're having to put the keg on the floor and twist it around to find it, which means that beer is now sloshing over in like a full like cycle. At this point, Mystelia kind of like drifts on in and goes, okay, that decides it. Okay. Just fully just turns around, just says, everyone, okay, the bar is closed. I'm so sorry, but you're gonna have to leave. There's I will be up front to kind of cash you out, but please leave. Yeah, so you hear grumbles from the crowd as they're going, and Mystelia kind of helps you to kind of pick it back up, finds where it is.
Yeah.
You both are able to kind of like put some sort of patch on it, but I mean it's like half empty. Mystelia doesn't seem like upset or anything. Mystelia has never really seemed upset. Definitely stressed though, for sure. So I think with this we'll probably cut to 5 minutes or so, or probably like 2 minutes or so of people kind of leaving, grumbling, you fixing this stuff over there. You see Mystelia kind of like has both hands on the counter, just kind of like breathing slowly in and out. Okay, so shipment's coming in a couple days, so we'll just be closed for a day. We can definitely handle that. Are you okay, honey?
I'm fine. I'm so sorry. I thought Callow could help, and I have to stop asking him to help because it's not his fault. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Are you all right? You look.
I'm fine. Just I'm sweating. I didn't know I could do that. You know what? Keep giving that boy that. Say that again.
Oh, I said maybe a day off will be good for you. Take a break.
Maybe.
Breathe.
Maybe. And I'll say, keep giving that boy that challenge. He'll make it someday. It's fine. It's worth it in the end, right? You see your mom kind of just like standing by the door, just kind of like twiddling thumbs, just a little nervous. It's been about maybe 10 minutes at this point since they left.
Mom, I think we've got a little bit left if you want a glass of wine or something.
Oh, no, I'm fine. I haven't heard back from Father Wallace. You know that thing that your sister can do? The like talking inside my head?
Yeah.
Well, Father Wallace usually does that just to check in from time to time, and I haven't really heard from him. Would you mind?
I'm sure everything's. Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe he's just talking to the others and is just a bit distracted. No chatty group.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Would you mind checking in on your friends? And
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you know. I know I was seemed excited earlier this evening with that boy, man over there. Maybe steer clear.
Thanks. Thanks, Bob. I don't really know what.
Just so you know, I'm not doing that to make you, you know how like daughters are like, oh, mom hates him. He must be a bad boy, sort of thing. Nope, that's not that. I don't think he's right for you. But please don't. You know what I mean?
Not even a little bit, but that's okay.
No. Well, do what you want, but just please don't marry him.
That's not even a little bit on my mind right now.
Or do if that's going to make you not want to.
Okay. I don't even know what to say to that.
Okay. I'll help clean up here. I can certainly do that. Mystelia, what do you need? Okay. And you see her kind of walk off.
Okay. I'll go to the temple. Check on Father Wilder.
Okay, cool. So you head out into the in the cold, crisp air. I'd say I believe we're possibly just past sunset, if I recall. I really milk the sunset times, gang. I'm realizing that now. So, but I mean, you know, it works especially for today. So, very nice, cool. So we're going to cut and zoom quick past to, you know, the 4 to 5 minutes away of where the temple is, to a scene that is just as confusing as it is possibly grotesque. You see a dragonborn body that is headless, that has blood that is just seeping out onto the sands. You see there is a interesting sort of crocodile looking like carapaced body, like almost like on like bones that are from the outside, with this very dark hair, kind of like leaning over like a mane. You see there are arrows that are in both eyes. And on top of that, we see a small looking creature climbing up. I'm trying to remember where it was. Who was within 5? I think it was Yori. Yeah. Actually, this is funny. Standing or like sitting on Yori's shoulders, clutching Alistair's other self's head, as you see the yellow light kind of this warm light kind of come off, and you see her kind of like let go and just kind of tumble over onto the ground, as you see Alistair's body sink back down. And you guys have the quick question: are you Wilbur? And she says, no, that's my child. And we're starting right from there. So Daphne, you are not in the scene just yet.
Great.
So, can we keep her?
Oh. What?
Can we keep the little wombat woman who seems to be Wilbur's mom? And, madam, I have got a lot of questions for you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Can you show us how to do that, at least?
How to do what?
I mean, you turned my friend from, you know, a angry little eggplant to good old little Al again.
I don't know. I just saw a need and I filled it. That's what I do. Hi, I'm Winona. I just raises
It's
a
a
hand.
pleasure to meet you, Miss Winona.
Uh,
The name is Io Duval. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll do another person with two names. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no. Where am I?
So, we are at a temple that was supposed to be a pretty normal little peaceful religious place, and it's just not. It was not peaceful at the moment that we all arrived here.
Celeste. You're in
Yes,
Celeste.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Specifically, we're in Focus.
Where's Celeste? Do you know where the grove is?
You're in North Imea.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
South of Eriscar.
Okay. Do you all know where the grove is?
Which grove?
Oh boy, there's more than one.
Well, I mean, it's on. Is it? You can have different kinds of groves, right? Anyone? Alistair, you know different kinds of groves, right? It's a thing. Are you okay?
Yeah. Actually, that's a great question. How you doing, man?
Where's Kara?
Oh,
He's
that's a
fine.
good question.
I'm here.
Mostly fine.
That was incredibly risky, by the way.
Don't ever do that again.
If you're dying, I'll do what I need to keep you alive.
You almost got eaten by a flower.
I think that's
Would
a
that have
huge
been the
flower.
worst thing that happened today?
Well, I mean, besides that, the guy.
Yeah, well,
Speaking
at
of
least Ilmater doesn't have to worry about that one suffering anymore.
Speaking of that, Nene, can you get your sword out and cut this thing open? Might want to try and retrieve that head of his if we can.
You want his head?
So we can put it back on his body, so that way when they go to, bury him or whatever, his loved ones can at least, see his face. I mean,
Won't it have teeth marks all over it?
I
I think it got
mean,
most of the head whole, but it's still not going to look great.
I mean, you've got at least 3 magically capable people who can at least, dress the body, and I'm sure the clerics can probably do something like that.
Little magic animal. Can you put someone's head back on their body?
What? I would say, like, you guys also, just for the record, you do see like a lot of looking around, a lot of blinking. You see the kind of milkiness of the eyes. You can tell that. You can definitely tell that Winona does not see very well at all.
Winona, did you come here by choice?
No. You said Wilbur. Do you know where Wilbur is?
I don't, but I would assume Wilbur might be looking for you, along with Tall.
Yeah, does a tall sound familiar?
Oh yeah, yes. Wilbur, they have been looking for this tall for some time. It's I think it was part of the reason why I was kidnapped. So, uh, yeah, it's like kind of his kind of should be kind of like their thing.
You were
Uh,
kidnapped?
yeah,
Yeah.
Did we kidnap you?
No.
I don't know. Are you
How did
kidnapping
you? I
me?
thought you just appeared.
Alani, do you still have the manacles from Ariska?
No, Nolani's trying to remove the head from the alligator.
Okay, cool. I will say same thing. Sleight of hand or medicine check. Actually, no. I apologize. This is an athletics check. No,
At 18.
Oh,
An
wow.
18.
Okay. I missed that. Okay, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, with an 18, you're like prying open. You can tell this thing is tough. You are definitely still in the middle of this. This is going to take you probably about 10 minutes or so.
Do I have what, Alistair?
The manacles that we had from Ariska.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Someone's gonna have to get them out of my bag. I've got alligator goop all over my hands. I'm like elbow deep in alligator muck over here. So, like, someone is gonna have to get them out of my bag.
I mean, I guess I can help you out with that. Just tell me
What?
where.
Wait, what are you gonna do with them, Alistair?
Nothing right now.
Because I don't know that you should put those on our little wombat friend yet.
Yeah. No.
What are you putting on me?
I don't think he's thinking about doing that. That's not something Alistair would do.
Guys,
Well-
we are not putting manacles on anybody.
Not
Wait,
anymore.
did
we're
you not
not.
hear the speech? There was like a big speech. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's a great question, ma'am. Did you hear a ominous voice mentioning your son, and he sounded really ominous and pissed, talking about magic in the blood?
Everything turned pink.
Yeah. Or were you kind of indisposed, being kidnapped during this time?
I'm so sorry. Say that again.
Me or Evan?
Whatever was directed to me.
Oh, yes, ma'am. So did you hear any ominous voice mention your son, child? Sounded like referred to themselves as tall, talking about magic in the blood, and
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought I was just hearing. Sometimes
no,
they hear
I
things.
think
So
I think the entire continent heard that. So can you
okay.
do you have any information on, so his people kidnapped you and now they want to do your child a mischief, right?
You see a look of a mother just having the realization of this coming across her face. Oh God! Everybody heard that?
Yeah.
Who's everybody? Who's?
Everyone in this town, at least, and
Oh,
I'd
no.
wager a guess probably.
So
You might
I
wanna
didn't
sit
hear it.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
need-
maybe some of them did hear it. But if you, if you heard it and the people in town heard it, do you know? Did you know? You asked if I was Wilbur. Do you know? I don't look anything like Wilbur. Do you know
No,
that?
we hadn't heard about Wilbur until the speech. We just heard it then. So we thought, and somebody said you were a wombat. I didn't even know what a wombat looked like, but I guess they look like you. Is your child a lot bigger, stronger? It's like use
Stronger
a lot
for
of math.
sure. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I guess that makes more sense.
A little bigger, like just about here, as this like 3 foot figure is probably marking like 3'1".
Just a question. So the bar let out, and we're down by the beach. Are we starting to see people kind of milling around our way?
I think at this point, yeah. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
14.
14. Cool. With a 14, you do hear people kind of getting out in the distance. But I'd say with a 14, you don't see anyone who is approaching where you are on the beach. Keeping in mind, it is getting to a point where it's very hard to see for all of you. So it's unlikely that anyone would be visiting the temple at this time anyways. But with a 14, I'll say at this point, just because we got to give Daphne a chance here. Daphne, roll me a perception check.
Oh, 26.
26? Oh yeah. Okay, cool. With a 26, I'd say you're about 3 minutes away. Well, you're close enough that you see familiar looking like shadows, we'll say, and just like the natural light of something that's coming off. You saw like the warm light of I'd say you saw like a magical light coming at one point. There's a good chance that most likely Father Wallace might have like lit a torch out here. So I'm going to say with that, that's how you're able to see with the 26, that you see. It's kind of impossible for you to see bodies with how far you are. And I'd say you're about 100 feet away. But you can definitely see the stone that the torch is kind of set to out there. So again, this is outside, but you can see there is definitely a smear of what looks to be like some sort of like blackish liquid on that point. That does perk your ears up, so to speak. If you wanted to be stealthy on your approach, feel free to roll a stealth check.
Ooh, I will. Natural 20.
Oh, nat 20. Yeah, absolutely. Alistair, you don't see shit. You do see people coming out that way, but not like heading towards your direction. And I would say they're 500, maybe 600 feet away from you.
Guys, I would love to continue this conversation, but we really kind of need to decide how we're going to explain this.
Isn't the weird monster thing clearly on display to see? And we're clearly kind of the worse for wear.
I can see a very easy conclusion that thing is here because we are here.
Well, what do you propose?
we either need to come up with a great explanation for this, or leave the scene. We're already outsiders in this town.
Well, where's the constable?
We also have a wombat with us right now, which is, if anyone else decided that they liked tall speech, he's looking for wombats.
He's looking for any wombats?
I think that's part of the speech. Well, any suspicious wombats or animals that have a suspicious
sentience.
And yeah, the thing is, ma'am, you're not exactly common, even for a port town like this. So,
Do I have it? Do I have those things?
hmm?
Do I have the
I think he said sentence.
Do I have sentence?
Sentence. The suspicious sentence.
This is
What's the suspicious? What's the what sentence? Daphne, you're definitely in hearing distance now. You can hear and see everything.
Wombats aren't specifically known to be able to talk, much less cast magic, which is a conversation I am dying to have. But at this present moment, I'm just dying. We need to get assistance and offer this speech. Sabella, we should get Sabella. She knows that we left with Father Wallace. And she seems like she would believe our situation. We need someone from this town to help us.
Daphne, you hear this
Is that what
response?
Pop out.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
She's here.
Hello.
Well, not Sabella.
Oh, I almost got it. I think I got it. I come in. Nolani holds both hands up and the head's in his hands. Got it. I got it. I got it.
Awesome work, Nene. So, that's what happened. That thing that Nene just extracted your cleric from, may Frida rest his soul, ripped his head off. My condolences for you there.
Should we your mom's a seamstress. She can sew this back on, right?
No.
That might be traumatic
No, we're
for
not.
her, Nene. I mean, I can do a bit of mending. Al can do a bit of mending. We can reattach the head that way.
I'm not putting a head back on. Daphne, I'm not putting a head back on a body right now. Daphne, we can explain, but maybe not here on the beach. We need to, you heard tall speech. We need to be out of sight of everyone. Is there like a back way into the tavern so we can get to our rooms, and we will explain everything in there.
Daphne, I'm gonna ask you this real quick. Do you feel like you've shifted a little bit? As far like
I think she's starting to move like 3 steps at a time. Like, okay, we got to do this, and then we got to do this, and then we got to do this. So she's starting to formulate a plot.
Okay, cool. Do you feel like on an outsider's perspective, do you think Daphne looks a little different? Like, not physically, mind you, right? Not like changeling sort of thing, but no. Okay, got it.
No, I'm saying no, not like changeling. Yeah,
Oh.
I think you can almost see the gears whirring where she's like looking around and she's kind of almost like muttering to herself and becoming a little more like she went from like shocked to almost like once she got past it, she became a little more like cool and calm. Okay. Here's what we're going to do.
All right.
We're going to get you.
Okay.
We're going to get you back to your rooms.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get you on a ship out of here. You can't stay in the city anymore.
We still
And I
have to
don't know
meet
what you are, but
Shelley.
you really can't stay in the city anymore.
We can't leave
The wombat.
tonight.
Yeah, that's
We'll
a
have to meet
little.
Bocelli. We can't leave without meeting Bocelli.
Yeah. We've got a lot of unfinished business here.
It's about to be finished for you if and when people find this. They know that you were here. Everyone knows that you were here with him.
But
And there's
I
a
mean,
giant crocodile that bit his head off to prove that
and
the evidence
we're
is in
not.
our favor here.
Yeah, I mean, look at KK. She's on death's door. Same thing with Al. I mean, and Little Man. They're pretty badly beat up. You telling me that the constable's already just gonna go ahead and side with we must have did this? I mean, I've been in this city before too. I mean, I feel like Stelly would at least trust me.
I will say, Io, just full disclosure, you being in the city for as long as you have, this doesn't happen.
That's true.
Nothing like this happens.
I had a feeling.
So you have no idea what to expect. For the record, just that like you've never seen this happen before. It's everything is very laid back, but this is a whole. I think there's a part of you that definitely recognizes this is a whole new ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Nana, do you need help?
Did you say
Winona? Yeah. Winona, do you need help?
Yeah. I don't have my staff. I don't know where my son is. I'm being attacked. Is it dark out?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It's dark.
I think Alistair walks up to Daphne and grabs Daphne's elbow and just kind of leans in. We need to get out of view and into safety. There may be more things out of here. You can berate us all you want somewhere else, please.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll get you back to the inn. I've got a contact that might be able to help you. If you need to stay in the city, I don't recommend it, but I know someone who might be able to help. You lot go back to the inn. I will see if I can find him.
Do you have something we can cover the wombat with?
Do you want to come with us?
You gonna kill me? Are you gonna bring me to?
Oh no.
To Delver?
And he looks at Alistair. No?
To Delver?
Dead Delver.
Dead.
Oh, the city.
Dead.
Wasn't it Gwen Delver?
Yeah,
That
that's
was the one that Tal said.
Yeah.
Right now, we just want to get you indoors.
Can I pick you up?
Yeah, while this has been going on, Nolani has been walking around, put the head back next to the body, and has picked up all of his arrows.
Okay, cool.
And walks over and offers her his cloak.
Okay, awesome.
gonna-
When you pull, I'd say one arrow definitely just comes clean out. The other one you pull out from the head of the like crocodile like monster, and you see the eye has come with it.
Just kind of shake it, fling it into the bushes.
Okay. Alistair, it's up to Clinton whether or not Alistair sees the eye of this thing go flying off the arrow.
Could you, Nolani, grab that and bring it with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just maybe get the other eye?
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Wouldn't that just be easier than digging through the bushes, Alistair? Do you need that eye specifically or any eye?
He glares longingly, or very long, not longingly, a very long time at Nolani. And then
you guys get weirdly close for a second.
Yeah. And then still holding on to like Daphne's elbow, I think he squeezes it probably a little bit too firm, and then looks back at Daphne. Could you please get us inside now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yori's gonna pick Minona up and put her on Fenrir, and then cover her up with the cloak. Just stay in here for now. When we get to the room, then you can come out. This is Fenrir, by the way.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's like my Wilbur has a pet packle. So is that what this is?
He's a packle.
Oh, he's much bigger.
Nobody else really knew what he was. Yeah, he's big.
Kind of fully holds on to the face, like it's just like, is this? Eventually figures it out.
I know.
Yeah.
You'll get it.
I think we determined Fenrir is significantly bigger, even as a packle. So yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Got to be a little difference between them.
I didn't know that you had the other packle. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do her eyes look, or is her vision a result of old age, or does it look magically caused?
It's hard to tell. Actually, feel free to roll a medicine check if you want.
$22.
Okay. Okay. This is a weird thing that I would say, even like as Alistair, like I'll dissect this later. It would definitely be closer to magically caused. But it also looks like it's some pretty good work to make it seem like old age.
Store that in the back of my head when we're in a room.
Cool.
So as we're leaving, I'm gonna go over to Kara and say, was in the early winter eve, we passed amid the gathering night, some homestead that we had to leave years past and see its candles bright, and cast healing word for a paltry 6 points of healing.
Nice.
Thank you, Yuri.
I didn't think Alistair would want me to do it, and I can only do it once.
I appreciate it. He'll get used to it eventually.
Okay, I am now on the packle.
Do I pull on it to make it go?
He knows where to go. You just don't pull on him. He doesn't like that. Just Fenrir, to the inn.
Cool. You see Fenrir just starting to lead the way back to the inn as you guys are still out here.
I think Nolani probably puts the eyeball in a little pouch.
Cool.
Can I try to sweep up the beach a little bit and make it look like it was just Father Wallace when the croc thing attacked?
Ooh, yeah. Roll me a... That one's kind of tricky. I would say a performance, I think.
That's going to be a weird story. Yeah, apparently he fought it and killed it, and then his head fell off.
His head fell off. It's weird.
Miss Ianthe with her plus a gazillion. Oh, no! The
2? Okay. I will say with a 2, you're so sure. You start to kind of kick around some sand. You're like, I'm just making my own footprints in this sand.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Seeing this horrible attempt, can I stretch the limits of mechanics here and cast a vortex warp just to swing sand up everywhere?
Ooh, yeah, that'll do it. Love it.
Got it.
Yep. You see it kind of just move through and maneuver everything to actually a different sort of position as well. Actually, I would say with the vortex warp, is there a scenario that you are wanting to portray here?
Actually, no. With that said, come to think of it, so there's just to see the scene again. So there's a headless body lying on the ground, and then the corpse of this crocodile alligator thing. Correct?
The 2 flowers, I guess, if there's anything left of those.
Cool. Is the ocean within 60 feet of this temple?
No. Probably closer to like 200.
Okay. I'm still gonna pick up the alligator and just chuck it as far. Let's see, how far is vortex work?
90 feet.
You're okay.
It's 90 feet, which you can see within range. So yeah.
Yeah. So I think I will throw it 90 feet to beach shrubbery away from where everything happened.
Okay. You're throwing what specifically away from everything that happened?
Just the alligator corpse.
Okay. Cool. You got it. All right. Very cool.
I'm saying 20.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So sending that out, that just worked. I mean, it's a 2nd level spell, right? So that's just going to work. Cool. Yeah, it looks like it looks confusing, that's for sure. And you guys start to head back. Daphne, what's Daphne's plan here?
She's gonna get them back, hopefully relatively unnoticed, just so people people know that they're there, just so people aren't trying to talk to them, I think.
Okay, how are you wanting to do that? I mean, there's technically no one in the bar right now except for Mystelia, but even the idea of how close the bar is, there's a possible chance that someone sees them go back into the bar. I will say this: you do know you do know of things like there's probably like a shack behind the like a few like maybe like 50 feet away from the bar that'd be easier to kind of conceal them. You have your contact that you might be able, do you have you don't have a message, do you?
You think I am my anything?
Yeah, I would say I think your contact has probably made a way for you to be able to get in touch with him.
Okay, I was gonna ask Mystelia, so
Yeah, magically, I would say. So you can tell me what that looks like. I have an idea, but it's up to you.
okay. So yeah, I want to get them like kind of, you know, again going back to my time in the city, sticking to the shadows, trying to stay like main drags, which is tougher in a sense, but staying at least out of direct light.
Okay.
Well, and I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace.
Smart. Smart. Okay. Yeah. So you're kind of bringing them around the long ways. Where are you bringing them to?
I'll take them to those shacks.
Okay.
Because last I knew, my mother was in the bar as well, and I don't want her talking to them.
Right.
Could we have just gone to the temple? I guess Jack's kind of more out of the way.
You are in the temple.
We were in the temple when that happened. I thought we were still kind of like on the way there. And
No,
okay.
the temple is just outside.
Just out. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
A pavilion.
Everything is the temple, and
everything's the temple, and the temple is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you bring them to the shack. So you open the door, and it's been a minute since anyone's been in here, so it's extremely dusty and dirty. You can kind of smell the smell of like that, like kind of like seaweed-esque sort of, almost like a mold, as the wood here hasn't like been treated very well. It's pretty dingy and gross, but it's enough space for. It's just enough space for everybody to be able to kind of like to be able to stand up and sit. That's about it.
Okay, you not stay here. I'm going to find someone who might be able to help.
Where are you going? Who are you going to get?
A friend.
I mean, Lord of Order, do you believe that we had nothing to do with this?
I do. But I can't speak for the other people in the city who are already scared and on edge because of a certain message everyone got just a few hours ago. A few hours ago?
Minutes ago.
Minutes ago. Not long ago.
Are you talking about the speech?
Yeah.
Hours ago. Yeah.
Hours ago. There we go. Everyone's panicking. Everyone's on edge. And probably one of the strongest voices of reason is dead. And you lot were the last ones still alive. Stay here. I'm going.
Please don't make me regret trusting you.
That goes both ways. And I will go.
Okay. You shut the door. Do you lock it?
Would that be locking them in or locking people out?
You'd be locking them in. Yeah.
I'm not going to lock them in. I'm not going to lock them in. Okay. My thought for getting in touch, I've got this mirror. So my thought is, I initially had it because Percival gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
That was my thought.
Gotcha.
And maybe I swiped another one or convinced him to give me another one that I gave to Diana.
Yeah, I was gonna say he definitely wouldn't have given you two. But I mean, you were where you were. Actually, I know someone very specific that you could have asked and probably paid a good amount of money to have it duplicated.
Okay, let's say I did that.
Cool, you got it. All right, yeah. So you yes, you know you have that.
I'll get to just somewhere where no one's around.
Okay.
And dial up my friend.
Okay, you got it. You just have a like a number thing that you have to pull the whole time and just watch it go back, and you hear like the dial up sort of sound going on. AOL message comes up. All right, anyways. Cool. Okay. Great. You send it into that space, however that works in this game, as far as how you want to kind of perceive it. To you kind of sit with it for a minute before you see a very gruff face with a it has like almost like kind of like a well, like kind of like a purplish sort of tinge to his face. It's like a purplish gray, very, very big face, very familiar face. And you see there is a significant like bandage coming right down over the eye. You see a big honking nose, hair that is like a lighter. It's like a it's gray with just like a slightest hint of blue. Kind of slicked back, but the sideburns are going right into the beard. Definitely looks unshaven, which is his normal kind of forte. And you see he has taken off his hat to answer the call, but it's definitely like here in the call space of the phones. Oh, yeah. Well, what is it? Daphne?
You look like shit.
I don't know why. I'm just here in town.
It's been a minute. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just trying to track down this bloke for the bequeathment, as it were. He's in a church. He's a church boy, if you can believe it.
I'll believe anything of those church types.
Yeah, nothing like his grandmother, though.
Speaking of, I've got some friends who are in need of some possible legal support. You still doing that?
Is this for you or for someone else? You probably hear that as code as like, is this for the cause or is this for... actually, let's say, is this for you or for something else, I think. So you'll hear that as for the cause or personal.
It's for me.
You know, I'm in the middle of something, love.
Make it worth your while. You know I can.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
I think I'm good at that either. It's not bad. That's not bad. 16?
16? Okay. Not bad. Okay. Kind of scratches his head. You can see like as he scratches, he like he has those like kind of like long, kind of gruff nails, very much like Beast from X-Men, sort of like as he's like kind of like scratching above his head as he decides to kind of put on his like tricorn hat back on at this moment. All right, this should only take me about no more than a day, and there's a 2 days journey back, assuming that I'm coming back with him. Why aren't you asking anyone else? And he says anyone else, specifically like pushing on the word anyone, which you know who he's talking about.
Come on, Perth, you know you're my favorite.
So they left you, huh?
I had other business to attend to.
Right.
We'll meet up.
All right. Are they needing transportation out of here?
Probably. The sooner the better.
Okay. Well, might be able to kill two birds here with that. Are they seaworthy? Do they seem like they know how to operate a ship?
Yeah.
Deception check.
One guy can't even walk straight, so.
Fine. I always just carry us all. I'm sure he can figure it out.
Yeah.
Very well. It's a 15.
A 15? Yeah, you're doing pretty good. Okay, yeah, and he's doing really bad.
Good.
All right, great. Yeah, two birds with one stone. That's fine. All right, you still owe me one.
Of course. Anytime.
Yep, and someday I'm going to be cashing in on these favors, just so you know.
I just fully believe that.
All right, I'm gonna head into the church now.
Good luck.
Thanks. All right, out. I see.
Thanks.
He closes it on his side.
I'm also slung up for real. I'm going to meet too many meetings today.
Love it. That's great. Cool. On the other side, so in the shack, we have a moment. Here. I'm gonna turn the music off for this because I just feel like it doesn't make sense to have that like adventure sort of sound. I don't have inside the shack sound either, though. As you all are kind of like nestled in, I'd say most likely, like there's a lantern to the side, so I imagine one of you probably lit the lantern on that.
So, I don't understand. Where I'm from, if someone was killed and then we went out and we killed the thing that killed it, we'd be telling everyone. Maybe even the Scalds would sing a song about it. Why are we afraid to tell anybody? We did a good thing. I mean, we didn't do it in time, but we avenged him.
Well, I'm guessing the fact that, well, this place is normally really laid back and really peaceful. Now that I stop and think about it, there's a chance people might not believe the situation and maybe wonder if we summoned it here or something like that. Either way, it could put a target on our backs that might not be for the best. Things aren't as straightforward as places where you came from, little man.
Okay, I trust you. So we shouldn't sing about it.
Not yet. Definitely
Okay.
not yet.
I'll remember. Oh,
Crap.
I'm gonna go and get Winona off of Fenrir and uncover her.
Are we done? Are we staying? Okay, this is okay. Yeah, you see her kind of get down. Definitely listen to everything that you're saying. I would say she probably says there's been a lot of killing today. It's a sad day.
How did you get here?
I don't know. I was helping out my child and their friends fight off. We had giants in the grove, and they were not nice, and they started destroying our grove, and so we had to fight them off, and we couldn't have done it alone. It was Wilbur and their friends, and some of our friends too, I guess. But yeah, then I heard the voice, and I felt my body just leave, and poof, I was here, and then we were fighting a couple different other monsters, and gestures over to Alistair and goes, "Oh, sorry, that was rude of me." Actually, probably gestures over to Siobhan, as she can't see very well. I'm sorry. Wait. Well, maybe he isn't in here.
I think Alistair will like cup her chin, and you'll see his hand kind of light up a little bit, and I will cast lesser restoration on her.
Okay. How does that manifest for Alistair?
I kind of picture it as just kind of like a glow where everything just kind of draws into her, and it's gonna kind of start at her chin and then work its way up her cheeks to her eyes, since that's kind of where I'm specifically focusing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You do that, and the whole room sees this very kind gesture from Alistair, most likely not understanding true intentions at all. And even nothing happens. But you see her kind of like take your hand and just do like a gentle pat. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. You didn't have to do that.
Did this to you.
Who did what, dear?
Your eyes. That's not. It's not natural.
Does like the shh, even though everyone like it's a long story. I am quite old. It's perfectly normal for the eyes to go.
So I just want to be forward here. Why shouldn't we take you to Tull?
Okay. She looks at you, and you can see she's kind of blinking. You see her like you, because you can still see the pupils. The pupils are kind of like shifting back and forth a little bit. Then she finds you. She finds your face. And she goes, I guess I just have to assume that you all know what it's like to be misunderstood.
Don't you kind of owe her one? You know, she turned you back into you and prevented you from hurting Kara.
Who's Kara? Oh, yeah. You don't owe me anything, dear. What are your names now that we're here in this? Is this your home? This is nice.
Wouldn't say it's our home. It's a bit of a safe haven for us right now. But you already know me. Girl with the red hair, that's Kara. Little man here's name is Yori. The skinny guy there who helped you with your eyesight, his name's Alistair. His heart is eventually in the right place. Then the blonde elf over there, his name is Nalani. I've got another friend, but she's kind of indisposed at the moment.
Oh yeah, the one underneath our feet, right?
Oh. Are you talking about Fenrir? Oh no, not him. We got another person in our group.
No, there's someone that's been following you, or following us. I assume they're with the party. They got to be pretty low under there, but I can feel them.
When you say under, you mean in the ground?
Yeah. We wombats, we dig all the time. I can tell when there's something under the ground.
That's disconcerting.
Definitely not a part of our group.
You didn't know there was something under the ground?
Alistair immediately cast Detect Evil and Good.
Okay. Interesting. 1 second, because I gotta learn exactly. As this going on, she goes, I can go and look at it if you want. I'm a very good digger.
Alistair very roughly grabs her and prevents her from digging into the ground.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
No,
okay.
Don't. No.
All right.
Man.
Yeah, you sense well, no, you do not.
Yeah. Does everyone else in the group have their usual auras?
Good question. Let me make sure. Let me think about that. Yes, everybody has their usual auras.
Should we contact Gwen?
No.
No? But if somebody is underneath us following us, shouldn't she know that?
Is that what's under the ground? It seems like
No,
it's directly under.
She's our other friend.
Under your feet.
Like right Robert? Under my feet?
No, not you.
Oh.
You.
Oh.
Robert?
Alistair?
What's she pointing at?
She's pointing at Io. Duval.
Oh, got it. Just took me a second.
What are you talking about?
It's like, it seemed like it was closer to you. I don't know.
Does it have to do with his wet feet?
Is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Does it move when he moves?
Yeah, does it?
I don't know. Come closer to me.
Okay. Starts walking closer to her.
Cool. This is it's just full awkward. It's a crowded house that you're probably moving. Yeah, it moved a little bit.
Oh shit! It's
You
probably
want me to
the
just
goat.
dig in there? I can just go get it.
I think that's not a good idea.
It's probably about it's like 50 feet down. I think. I don't know. My husband's much better at this than I am.
The thing is, I don't know. Like, I've made a bit of a weird acquaintance, and I don't really. We're still trying to figure it out, and I don't want you to be put in danger on my account. So I guess let's just keep an eye out. Try and give me a heads up if it acts like it's about to take my head or something.
Okay. She'll roll a perception check. That she did not roll very well. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't hear anything then. Is everybody good? I can probably heal us up a little bit if you want.
I'm feeling more than fine, but honestly, my companions are a little worse for wear.
I think I broke a rib. But other than that, I'm fine.
Okay, my hearing is better than my seeing, so if you want to just shout out. I will say DM this is the time of the DM is saying go ahead and use it if you need to.
Yes, I could definitely use some support here.
Okay. Comes up to you. You see the hands start glowing. Ooh, that was a good roll. 15 points of healing. Anyone else?
I think Alistair took a pretty good hit.
Okay. Big Al or small Al, you come here a second. You gotta come down. Is he here? Is my sight worse than I thought?
I'll reach out and touch her hand.
Okay. Even better. 18 points of healing. You see that kind of warm glow kind of come out. So she finishes healing you. She kind of turns back and looks back at Kara. Goes, hi.
Hello?
You I think I'd have to probably take a nap for this, but are you okay? You seem like you seem kind of I've only just met you, but maybe not yourself.
Yeah, a lot's happened recently. I don't think I know who myself is anymore, but it's really not the pressing issue right now.
Oh. Yeah. Well, bad news. I don't know if I can heal anything about that, but good news. I have a child who very much knows how you feel. I think, in some way.
That's the famous one now that everyone's hunting.
Oh God,
That
yeah.
child.
Yeah. Things are complicated between us and between well.
What happened? Why is this individual so set on your child?
Well, everybody's proud of their kid, right? But so we have this friend, very powerful friend that that was put in a bit of a pickle on handling this tall being. And from my understanding, chose Wilbur as the what did he call it? Something like the savior, the primordial savior of whatever. I don't know. My son is a superhero, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's hard on him. It's hard on them because I think, it's kind of put us in danger, which I understand. I'm fully willing to make that sacrifice if it's going to save, the whole planet someday, which apparently is not just the Grove. I've only learned that this year, so. Yeah. I'll put it this way. I know I'm biased, but if you think the thing that you heard is bad, you're going to need Wilbur to end it.
So, what makes Tal tall? Like,
I don't know.
What has he done bad?
Oh. Well, guess I haven't seen him. Well, I haven't seen him at all, but let's see. What have I witnessed? Possessed one of Wilbur's friends a couple times, from what I understand. Has tried to kill at least one of them multiple times. Has a significant source of power and contacts deep within nefarious stuff. Actually, that was right. Okay. Has someone working under them that is pretty powerful in Eisenheim. Yeah, just bad news.
And do you know what kind of giants attacked your grove?
Hill giants, which is weird because my child's met hill giants before, and they were grumpy, they said, but ended up learning their language, so must have gotten along with them in some way.
Oh, do you know it?
I know. I'll say says something like goose frastis, something like that, and it just means don't crush me.
Useful. That's one of the first things I learned. That's really useful.
That's what. Yeah. Oh, the giants.
Yeah. I know giant, and I was raised with giants, but they weren't hill giants. But giants in general aren't, they're not one thing. So yeah, I guess. But I don't know what would make them attack your grove.
I don't know either. It's a very pretty grove.
Do you know where it is?
Yes and no. I can find it. I have a pretty good nose. But
you can smell it from here?
No, not from here. I'm just saying if we were close, I could smell it. Let's see. When I got kidnapped, I went on a boat. Does that help?
So you got kidnapped and then you appeared here.
Oh, I got kidnapped months ago.
Okay, so So then when you poofed here, that was after you were kidnapped?
Way after, yeah.
Okay.
I was
Were you
saved and
still
brought
kidnapped
back
at that
here.
point?
No, I
Or
was.
had-
My child went and got me, and I was like, I didn't want that to happen. You know, like I didn't want to put loved one in danger, and I'm old, so ish. So I didn't want to, but they came anyways and saved me, and then they were gonna bring me back, and they had this wedding. It was a lovely wedding. Two of them got married. They were both blue, like your friend, but like a different shade of blue, I think.
Are they wombats?
No, definitely not. No, they were. One of them was a princess. I know that because they kept making fun of her, calling her princess. But she was blue. So it started with like a trident. She carried a trident around.
Triton? That was a Triton elf?
That's the one. Triton. Apparently a princess.
You
Get out of here.
keep mentioning this kidnapping.
My kid's pretty cool. Follows, royalty follows them around. Just saying.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Primordial. Yeah.
And you also said, and something about saving the world. That's what I'm really stuck on. Was that just kind of like it'd be nice if he did, or if they did, or are you saying that there's something at play that might put the planet in jeopardy?
Yeah. From what I understand, I don't know that I can't tell you the details. I don't know. I just know that my Wilbur was given powers to overtake Tall for good. Apparently, Tall is one of what used to be many, from what I understand. But they got wiped out years ago. Alistair, I want a history check with advantage at this point.
Alistair's glaring at Io right now, by the way.
Okay.
With advantage, 27.
Okay. Because I don't know if Alistair would be willing to share this information, I'm just going to message you.
What's up, man? You got something to say?
Before we left the bar earlier, I told all of you guys that changes are happening and they were going to be bloody and you needed to choose a side, and you're acting surprised right now while she's telling you this story.
Well, I mean, I'm getting both sides of the story now, not just one. I'm not exactly surprised. I'm taking all the information in before I formulate an opinion.
You knew this would happen. You had to know, Io.
I had to know what would happen, that it turns out Tall is not the great liberator they presented themselves to be? Potentially?
Ignore Tall for a moment. Everyone heard what was said, and I told you guys that the lines are being drawn. These people in the bar earlier were already making their mind up and making decisions, and all of you are focused on your own problems. And yeah, we should absolutely. Maeve is important, and Azamari is important, and Dr. Karan is important, and All of this
And I'm
is
gonna stop
important.
you right there. One thing that's incredibly important right now, and honestly, right now it's one of our top priorities because it's a direct jeopardy to our safety and yours, is we got to solve what's going on with. I'm just gonna come right out and say it. We got to solve what's going on with your powers.
Sure,
We got to
we
get
can.
you in line. But the thing is, I mean,
Sure.
because we make a misstep there, one of us dies today. We don't need to worry about until whatever happens with the lines being drawn in the sand. That's something that's affecting us today. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's the priority. Our immediate problems are our immediate problems.
No. It's not. We can solve our problems, but there are bigger things that we need to be focused on. I'm not saying to ignore our problems, but you guys want to solve them before you deal with this. Clearly, there's a wombat right in front of us. I told you decisions were coming. You have a decision to make now. We all have a decision to make right now. We can pack her up in a bag and we can take her to
No, you
Glendelmer.
can't. No, you can't.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
I won't let you finish that. That's not going to happen.
We
Dude,
could
this person-
do that right now, or we can ignore it. And if you think that Tall won't find out, or someone in this village, or someone wherever we go won't find out that we let her go,
So you're
you got to
saying
make a decision right now. What we do right here, right now, is going to affect everything we do moving forward.
That's always true.
Yeah, and let me tell you
The
this,
choices
Al,
you make right.
I'll make him. Okay, you want a decision right now? I'm gonna let you finish, little man, in just a second. But you want a choice right now? This wonderful little old woman just patched you up. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to keep her safe. So I'm gonna defy the big scary voice in the sky. That's my decision.
I think right when you say that's my decision, Daphne, I assume you're coming back to the shack?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You hear the door open. Slightly at first. It's like a slight knock and then probably kind of open. So as Daphne comes up, or comes out, comes in, shuts the door behind her.
Hi. So, good news. I have found someone who can help you. If we get caught up in some sort of trouble, and more importantly, he can get you out of the city or out of the town. And even better for you, won't be here for a couple of days, so you can finish up your business and then we can go. We can go. Sound like a plan?
Who did you tell?
A friend. You don't know him.
Did you mention the wombat?
No, I haven't actually met the wombat yet.
Oh, hi. I'm Winona.
Daphne.
Nice to meet you, Daphne.
You too. Are you dangerous?
I don't think so.
I bet you know someone that looks like you.
Yeah. Triton.
Oh,
Eldrin was her name.
Eldrin. I
Eldrin
think I know her.
Enerath.
Never
Alistair, history check.
had.
I mean, anyone history check, but actually, I know
30.
too. I mean, yeah. 3? You say 3?
30.
Oh, 30.
30.
Holy shit! No one roll. No one
That's
roll.
not a nat 20 too.
It was not a nat 20.
Holy cow! Yeah, with a 30. I mean, bravo on the 30. Very nice. With a 30, yeah, the Unearthed family, Princess Eldrin, putting all that together. Yeah, Eldrin is the Triton Princess of Honoria, claimed to be the next in line after her after two of her brothers were unfortunately lives ended by questionable circumstances. I would say from what you were reading. But Honoria is the underwater kingdom, just around the area where the palatial reef is. The understanding is that last time checked, which was way too long ago, you remember that being annoyed with the amount, so we'll say probably maybe like 100 years ago, they were easily kind of close to about maybe like 5 million strong.
Cool. I just because I'm Alistair. Can I? Do I believe that she knows this person?
That is completely up to you for sure. It would be very easy for any Triton to pass themselves off as the Princess of Honoria.
Yeah, nobody can go visit.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, I rolled a 17 insight, so I think I believe her. He just falls back against the wall. It just kind of sits there for a minute.
Okay. It's the overload of.
He's going to remove himself from this moment for a bit.
Yep. There was Elgin, Anrath, Gwar, Amon Amarth. I'm going to give you that 30 too. Amon Amarth rings a bell. I think Amon Amarth rings a bell, but you're like, nope, I'll think about that later. Like, I know I can figure out who that is, but Guaramon Amarth, Milo Underdale, you're 100% sure that name doesn't ring a bell. And Wilbur, Wombat, of course. Saren, she never gave me her last name.
If anybody's looking at Alistair, he's over there counting off buttons for every name that she's saying.
Love it. I think I said them all. Yeah, there's only 5 in the Mongoose crew.
You run with an interesting group of people, Winona.
I told you my kid is very powerful.
If you could just, when you see them again, if you could just give each one of them, and keep one of these for yourself, please. Just kind of shove them into her purse or whatever bag.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Isn't she a marsupial? A marsupial?
Yes. She's a pouch. Yep. Yes. Oh, thank you. Oh, no. Okay. No, don't reach in there. Okay. Thank you. You can just hand them to me. As she takes them and goes, oh, thank you. You know, Milo's a son of a seamstress, so he could probably really appreciate these. You want me to give them all to him?
No, one for each. It's just a thing for me, please.
Okay.
And let them know they're from me.
I realize I'm very sheltered as a wombat, but I gotta tell you, Alistair, right? That's a very desperate and manipulative way to make friends.
No,
I think somebody needs to tell you that.
It's not.
But I'll give it to him. You know what? I'll give him to him. It's fine.
Yeah.
Hey Al, question. Did you infuse those with any magic?
No. They're not.
In-
It's no magic on the buttons.
You're not just giving them trinkets though, right? That's not a you thing. Come on, man. Insight check?
Sure.
What, for me?
Yeah.
Persuasion or deception?
Also nat 20 on that insight check.
Ooh.
Um,
Unless you get a nat 20.
yeah, no, they're both 0, so 5. 5.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
No, like I told Daphne earlier, this is not. I can't. There are people that can talk over long distance. I'm sure the princess probably can as well, and the potential to teleport to places and go places and visit and see, and it's easier when there are things that you know about them and things about yourself, and this could give them if they needed to reach out to us, then they would have something of mine without ever having to actually meet. It would make it easier for all of us. If this is what I believe it to be, and maybe you've finally decided to see as well, we may need all the help. They may need all the help they can get, and this will make it easier for that to happen. Unless you.
So you're giving a button to her to give to her child in case he needs help, but you want to put her in a bag and give her to Tall.
Is that what you wanted to do?
Is that what I said, Nalani? Is that what I said, Io? Yori?
Is that what he said? Hey, looks at Daphne. Is that what he said?
Okay. Time out. I think I was picking up what Al was putting down. What I was trying to say at this point, if I believe I'm understanding you correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, which I know you will. He's trying to say now he wants to help Wilbur, their friends, and their mother here, Winona. And these buttons are going to essentially kind of allow us to keep each other connected. Is that right or wrong, Al?
I mean, I feel like I said it pretty clearly myself. I never said I wanted to put the wombat in a bag, and I certainly never said I wanted to help. I said if they needed help and we wanted to offer it, we could. If we needed help and they were willing to offer, then this would make it easier. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I'm not just giving away buttons. Because...
Yeah, no, that part's the obvious part. And just to kind of correct you, you did kind of say something about putting her in a bag. I think you were trying to use that as an example of we've got to make a decision, but these kind of things get confused.
We could choose to put her in a bag. Sure, that's one of our choices right now. Because we're seen with her now, and she's seen us, and Daphne has seen the wombat, and eventually... Pause.
No. I understand. I'm disseminating the information to everybody else so they understand. Nene, Al's just giving us options. He's saying we can either go A, turn the nice old wombat lady in, or B, potentially help the nice old lady wombat and their group out.
Not saying put you in a bag.
Winona looks at Fenrir, doesn't know that Fenrir can't talk, just looks at Fenrir and goes, actually a pretty big bag. Okay. Just looks away.
I say let him give them the buttons. This might be a mutually beneficial relationship.
I think we're all
So-
forgetting something here. Something really important. Something that I've talked to you guys about in the last couple days. Nobody said to Daphne for her help, for helping us.
Oh,
Shit.
are you trying to thank her for helping us?
I mean, she didn't really have to.
Did I just go deaf?
Honestly, yeah, that's a good point. We owe you one. A big one. Just
Don't worry. I'm keeping tabs.
You're
we're
not
good for
you're
it.
not normal, are you?
Me?
Yeah. I mean, sorry. I've on my trip back, I've met a lot of like people, and you can tell there's some that are like, I don't know, they're like they're good with staying in their growth. You're not one of them.
Thank you. I think.
Yeah. No,
you're not wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
They,
I mean, if you, yeah, so
small-
if I picked a spot, I don't know how humans communicate. I don't even know if you're human. You're blue. Is that?
I'm not, but, no, it's not. I'm part human. My mom
See?
is
All
a
right.
human.
Okay, put me in the bag. Walks over to Alistair.
No,
No, we're not doing that. We're
I
not.
don't know that we've made that decision yet, to be honest.
I mean,
Well,
didn't you
I've made that
you
decision
make a
yet.
decision, Alistair, by giving her the buttons to give to her friends? Doesn't that imply we're letting her go back to them?
I've
Doesn't
already
she not
said we're
know where
letting
she
it go.
is? I thought we might help her. Maybe she knows how to get into the Feywild.
What?
Yeah,
The
that
land
was a
of
long
fairies.
shot.
I doubt that one, yeah.
Daphne is your friend. Can I have an issue with the wombat?
I'm not positive he knows what a wombat is. So
Is this the
Probably
kind of
not,
friend that would sell
unless-
out to the higher bidder?
That pause is
unless
worrying me.
unless there is a very specific group of people, not tall, who is looking for you, I don't think he's interested in you.
I would say that
Does
definitely
that help?
perks up Kara. That's
Can I meet him? Vet him first. If we're traveling with a being that's wanted
mean,
for the
his-
sake of what they are, I want to make sure we're traveling with the right people.
I mean, he'll be here in 3 days.
What's his name?
I didn't text you his full name, so I'm gonna do that right now, just in case.
Oh, me?
You can say what you want. But
Percival. Although I'm not sure that's his real name.
I've never met a Percival.
Roll me a history check.
That's a 19 plus 0. 19.
Okay, guys.
Very
okay.
different from Alistair.
You do know of a he, like, ironically, honestly, Chelsea, he would not actually be someone that would change his name. For
I
a
was
couple
just trying
different
to be
reasons.
cagey.
No, I love it. So you do know of a Percival that was was a significant problem for many of the, we'll say, the naval shipping families of Dare's Wharf. Years back, probably before you were born, even. Since then, with a 19, since then, he has not been seen for, I'd say, as long as you've. It's been a long time, so I would say probably as long as you've been in the business. But the 19, you know that he was at some. Well, there was a Percival at one point that was a renowned pirate. Captain, technically.
Interesting. Well, if it's who I think it is, they can definitely be discreet, which is what we need.
Discretion, as he constantly reminds me, is his middle name. So
He must be ancient.
Certainly looks it.
Maybe a bit. He definitely looked it.
Well, I think that will work for us.
Right.
At this moment, Siobhan, you see someone just poof that you haven't seen in a minute. You see Amir. Everybody roll initiative. No. You see you see
The fraction of a second where I really believe it.
no, you see Neve all of a sudden just poof around Daphne's shoulder. Daphne, you feel like a very light weight, and you like, you know, even like turning to kind of notice what it is, you get a mouthful of hair, like just soft fur in your mouth.
There you are. And she's gonna pull out some like rations, some meat rations,
Okay.
and just hold it up towards Neve's face.
Neve kind of runs up, fully takes it from you. It's actually kind of probably like tugging on it if you're trying to hold it for her to kind of eat it. She like kind of tugs on it. And I would say no matter what happens, she definitely gets it from your hand and then poofs up to this very high. You guys didn't even notice it when you came in. This very high window, like kind of like a flood window, that is closed. Thank goodness. But yeah, poofs up there and seems to be looking out the window.
Siobhan's gonna go outside and look in the direction Neve's looking.
Cool. I'm sorry to tell you, but you do not have dark vision. I think you don't really see very much.
Shoot.
Don't you have those goggles?
Oh,
I
do you have those
goggles
goggles?
of nights?
Yep. So you put on the goggles, and in the distance, you're kind of looking. You see Neve kind of like follows out, goes up your shoulder, and just does like the pointer dog sort of like thing, just pointing forward. And you look in that direction, you see a faint outline of a shack, a house, a familiar house out on the beach.
I think we need to just go back inside.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to collect Gwen. And Brucelli's shack is there. We said it's nighttime. Winona might be safe in her shack while we take care of business. It's probably safer than anywhere else.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I can probably tidy up around here.
Not this shack. There's a different shack.
Okay. Do I need to get in the bag?
No, No.
Looks at Alistair at that.
What do you guys say?
That sounds like a good idea to me, but does anyone have anything that's a little bit aromatic for Miss Winona? Because it doesn't smell pleasant in there.
No.
Gwen can
Yeah, Gwen has the incense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, I don't think we actually got any incense, so yeah, never mind.
I think she'll be more comfortable in that shack than she would be getting towed off by some pirate or mercenary.
Very fair. I just wanted to make her stay as comfortable as possible.
Nalani, because you did cast Pass Without a Trace, I'd say you probably got like maybe another 5 minutes left of it. And it's centered on you, so. If you want to collect Gwen.
Yeah. If we're gonna go, we should probably go quickly.
Why don't you go run and grab Gwen real quick, and then we'll all head out together. We need her, though.
Okay. Alani's gonna take off to go get Gwen.
Cool. I'll say just give me one stealth check for this.
I mean, we could just stay here and Winona, I mean, we don't have to. We could just stay here. I mean, we don't need to.
It sounds like your friends want to go.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to trek through the village with you. I think it would be safer if we all just stayed here.
We have to take care of this, Alistair.
Yeah, but I mean, there's other things that is important too.
This is an opportunity, a significant opportunity presented to us. And we need to take care of this now.
Like I said, life or death situation.
Yeah, this is a life or death situation too.
Mm-hmm.
Winona, how old did you say you were?
It's complicated.
I don't think you're supposed to
I
ask
would rather face this
I was-
situation.
Enough to remember the living light?
I would rather face this situation with an ancient fae being watching over us than out in the middle of the fields alone.
Because it's only a matter of time before the other you doesn't get unlucky next time. I don't want that to be anytime soon. And with
It's really easy for you to make that decision.
Well, someone has to. We can't keep putting it off. Do you not want to solve it? When we have the chance to solve it right now. You don't want to take the chance?
You were so eager earlier.
Eager to what? I mean, we went to the temple. There wasn't a wombat before, and tall became a thing. I feel like you guys are in a hurry to. None of you are changing.
Okay.
None of you are doing this.
This isn't
It would be my
about
first
changing
priority
you.
to
It's
solve.
about helping you control it.
It sound like you guys want to control. I mean, if this thing is me, you're talking about wanting to control me.
Do you want us to not do anything about it? What if he tries to kill one of us next time? You ran away. Remember that fear that made you run away?
Yeah, to protect you.
Alistair.
And we're trying to help you learn to protect us.
And protect yourself.
Nori once said that, and I'm not super smart. He said that a smart man can talk himself out of anything, but a wise man knows when to be quiet and act. I think maybe you're just trying to talk yourself out of something that you thought you should do before. And if you're scared, that's okay. I'm scared. I think everybody's a little scared. But I thought this was something you wanted to do to protect people, and to move forward.
We're just gonna have a conversation, right? That's what we're doing. We're just going to have a conversation.
I don't know. I hope that's all it is. But I don't know magic enough to know. You're the expert here.
Also, you're a man of logic, Al. We laid across a plan in mind. We talked about this, and there's always going to be extra variables. Are we to completely change our plan whenever we introduce a new variable into the situation? And again, at the end of the day, this is about you. What do you truly want to do? Do you want to solve this problem, or do you want to bury it?
Seems like you guys want to bury it. Sure. You guys are in a hurry to change me. You seem upset with my thoughts and my ideas. So, sure, let's do this.
We're trying to solve it. If you think that this is burying it, then we're not going to do it. If you think that this is going to change you, then we're not going to do it.
No,
I'm not going to do
go.
it.
No.
Don't be petulant if you answer truthfully. If you truly think that this is changing you, that we're forcing you to change yourself, then
Why can't Gwen come with me? Why can't Gwen
is coming. She doesn't. Gwen's coming.
We were just talking about a plan to go get Gwen. By the way, Nene, go get Gwen.
He's already gone. He left.
Oh, okay.
Give me that stall.
That.
You rolled like a 30 or something.
Was a 30.
30? Okay, cool. That was the roll of the night. Cool. With a 30, you just scale the side of the shack, I think, or the side of the bar. So you see Gwen inside, full It's Always Sunny scene when like Charlie is like just like she's smoking. No, but she's like. And then sees you, and you I think the window's closed, so you don't hear like a shout, but you see it. You see it, and like just a topple out of bed. Gwen comes to the window, opens it up. Yes.
So we need to go right now because we found the shack, and it's time to get Alistair to the shack. And
okay, great.
And
just like fully just like climbs up on your back.
I think we just kind of Nolani's gonna try to make it to the ground.
Cool. Yeah, we'll do an acrobatics check.
Finally.
Natural one.
That is I have a +7 to acrobatics, and I never get to roll it. So that is a 21.
21. Cool. Awesome. A lot of times I know it's so high, so I don't make you roll because I know it's going to pass no matter what. But 21, you manage to kind of like, you're able to kind of scale the side of the bar enough to be able to kind of drop down unnoticed and just kind of hurry back. I will say in the process of hurrying back, Winona does come up to you, Alistair, and just kind of like looks up to you and just goes, when I found you, I could see you pounding on the walls, trying to get out. I could tell that you were the one that I was supposed to pull out because I know what it looks like when you are most desperate to keep others alive. It's a different look. I know something's probably pounding on you now. I don't know you that well. But I can see your leg. And the look I see and what's trying to get out is to save someone from being hurt. I think that's worth confronting. But it's your decision. I don't know you that well. I just know pain and desperation.
I would like to imagine that she probably pulled on my vest and shirt to bring my face close to her. I think when she finishes, he stands up and goes through the whole process of getting the creases out and straighten it out, and is the first one out the door.
Okay. As you like start to kind of like feel yourself as you're trying to kind of like clean up your posture and everything, you do feel like a slight it's not burning, but it does seem like a hot touch on the outline of your collar of your vest, as you are blessed for the evening. Gwen and Alani approach you as you're coming out. Okay. Sounds like we're ready to go. I have so much to talk to you guys about, but sure, this can wait. Everything okay? Something new happened?
You could definitely say that.
I think Chelsea's frozen.
I hope so. I mean, I hope she's not frozen, but just the image.
Great screen to freeze off.
Message there.
Yeah, I think Alistair, I'll nod to Winona. And as I walk out the door, give Gwen's hand a quick squeeze and hobble my way to Bercelli's.
Okay. As you hobble in, I know we're kind of a rush for time, but I do want to know. You said that Alistair was the first out the door. Is Alistair the first to open the door? It's up to you guys if you think you would try to kind of get ahead of him or not.
I feel like this is not going to work if it's not his choice. So at least that's how Yori feels about it. So he wouldn't step in front of him. Like he's got to, take that step.
Okay.
Mhm.
Not to harp on the. We've said this multiple times, so I assume you guys are good with this. You guys purposely have to walk slower. So it's an odd march. Okay, dice don't lie. You do not get stopped by anything. I think. See if Daphne's able to come back in. But I will say, I think most likely Daphne will wait before the shack. Hearing a lot of this kind of for the first time, but and probably very confused. But there she is. So Daphne, I think you're hearing a lot of this stuff from for the first time. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So you're hearing a lot of this stuff for the first time, but I think you get a significant feeling that this is something that you're not going to understand. And you do see Brucelli's like shack there. And I think you probably start to go into like explaining like so this is Brucelli, and like you immediately see the look on everyone's faces. They're just doing a slow march to it and just recognizing the tourist sort of speech. We'll have to wait. I don't think you go in, but it's up to you.
No, I don't think I would.
Okay. Do you say anything to the group before they head in?
Just keep your head down. I'll be keeping an eye out. Finish what you need to and quickly.
Okay. Alistair, you put a hand on the door. I need you to roll me a D100, please.
$19.
Okay. Very cool. Do you knock or do you like?
No, I imagine this is the as much as he can muster, the most dignified walk that he could have, and I think that he gets to the door and he's walking straight in.
Okay. You open the door as the rest of you start to kind of clamber in behind him, but on first glance, Alistair, you were the first to see a satyr that is sitting behind the desk. A deep, like auburn hair, kind of tucked behind the ear, horns that are relatively pretty small. I'd say probably right around to this side here. Looks up, you see no wrinkles in the face, skin very like pale, but like humanish, but just a little paler than a human. A very similar garb as what you've seen before. As you open the door and you see her kind of look up from this big book. It is assumedly Brucelli, but obviously she looks like she's in her early 20s. She just looks up and goes, you're late. Please, come in. As the door shuts behind, as you all climb into the shop, and we sort of bring back the camera as Daphne looks on, and there's a moment where there's a little bit of a like startled sort of space from Daphne as you see the house just disappear on the beach. And with that, we will end tonight's session. Bye, guys.